All right, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the bow staff and how we're going to bow with it, carry it around with us as we're like walking to our ring, walking into on the mats, off the mats, for testing, things like that. But before we do, let me first introduce you to my weapon, my bow staff. It's a 6-foot long piece of bamboo. I looked at the prices on these. These are not cheap. These are really, really expensive, and I don't know where I got this one. I've had it forever. I never did test with it or train with it very much, but this bow staff just kind of hung around with me for years. So you know, it's mine now, and I am teaching a bow staff form in my studio now. So it is a white belt form, white, orange, yellow. But this is the weapon my students are going to be training with up until black belt. Then once they get the black belt, then they can start picking and choosing one or two other different weapons that we do have, the katana, things like that. Then they could get more into that. But for right now, this is their weapon all the way up to their black belt, and they will be testing with this weapon as well. Okay, so I do teach the basic how to walk with it, you know, how to treat it, you know, because this is a weapon. I do have wood, bamboo bow staffs for them. And they do hurt if they get too crazy with them and they hit another student. It can bruise them up pretty easy. And so the respect of the weapon is number one. So hopefully you can bring that to your students or yourself. Make sure that you treat this as a weapon and you're not, you know, being disrespectful with it or anything, okay? So let's get started with this right now, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring it evenly, as even as you can on both ends. So I have one end here on the left, one end here on the right, and I'm just going to kind of even it out the best I can. I'm going to grab it about shoulder width apart on each hand. Okay, so you guys understand that my right side doesn't work very good, so go ahead and just ignore this side. My left side should do it pretty decently, but you guys should have it on both sides pretty good. So so you guys should be rocking it. Okay, so hands shoulder width apart. Now what you're going to do is you're going to let go. Since I'm a lefty, I'm going to let go with my right hand. Okay, and now I'm going to drop that end down. Okay, so that should be my longer end than the one on the left. Okay, so this is the longer part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down, and then I'm going to bring it on the left side of me this way. So if you guys want to do this, this should be the right side. We should be a good mirror. So you want to bring it to the right side, bring it down. The long piece should come up behind your shoulder, and then that's where it should stay, okay? And then you're going to be in your chariot position. You're going to bow. You're going to keep that up, okay? So try not to bring it down with you. Keep that part up and just bow like you would normally bow into a class. Judges, your instructor, it should be bowing this way, okay? Now, the bottom part should be off the ground a tiny bit. Let's see if I can get it in the picture here. So it should be up a tiny bit, okay? It doesn't have to be real high, but just kind of bring it up a tiny bit, and then you can bow, and just like that, okay? And you should be able to walk with it pretty easily. Other ways that I'll probably say not to walk with it is, you know, just bring it out this way. I mean, I've seen tons of people have bow staffs in tournaments and stuff like that. Most of the time, you know, if you train with the bow staff, you're pretty good with like not knocking it around, knocking people in the head, stuff like that. But just rule of thumb in the beginning is just walk with it this way. If anything, if you got a bag, you got your other equipment, things like that, you should be able to just have it right here and be okay with it that way, okay? Now, let's go back into our Chumbi position. So we're here, okay, now when we bow, chariot, kine, okay, GTMA, or whatever your rightful association is, however you bow, you're gonna bow. And now your Chumbi position, you're gonna bring the long piece back, down, and then up, and then re-grab, then Chumbi, bring it to your shoulders, step out, and then Chumbi position right there. Okay, and then when you borrow, same thing. Borrow, chariot, kine, GTMA, or whatever. Okay, so that's how it is. Now, what you want to do is, make sure that you keep everything straight and borrow, and pretty simple, basic knowledge of bow staff training is right here. And then once you get better at it, and you'll start getting some techniques, some strikes, some blocks, things like that, then this should become second nature, and you shouldn't have much worries without swinging around and knocking people back of the head, or poking somebody where they don't want to be poked, things like that. Okay, so that's all I got for this video. If you don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have any other questions, go ahead, comment down below. Until next time, guys, train hard, train smart. I want to see you in the next one.